Every business eventually is going to have a good amount of misunderstandings. If you're not misunderstanding people, you're not talking. However, what's important to realize is that when you notice a misunderstanding and you eventually realize that it has occurred, we need to learn from it. Because I don't want to make the same mistake twice. I'm okay with making mistakes, but I want to learn from them. So, what caused it to happen? Were you using vague terms? Were you on a Zoom line that was choppy, but yet no one was telling you it was hard to understand what you're saying? And for example, when I'm working with my clients and I realized there was a misunderstanding, and I'm not talking about someone said 8, the other thought it was 9. I'm talking about things like plans, like what we decide at the end of the meeting, etc. I try and see, for example, what language should we change, whether we have a fear of speaking up, because if someone didn't understand what I'm saying and yet didn't ask for clarification, we have a bigger problem than merely misunderstanding. And third, whether you are not really communicating but just directing, which is something I see a lot when we think that at the end of the conversation we can just say, okay, so this and that, and shut the Zoom and rush off to the next meeting, but don't understand that we have to communicate about our expectations, make sure that people understand that what we're saying is intended to be an action item for someone, etc. Sometimes people feel like when we say, okay, we're going to do X and Y, it's not like we just decided and you're supposed to be doing it. We're just saying this is probably what you're going to do, and we'll talk next about who's going to do it and when, etc. So misunderstandings are going to happen, but I hope you're understanding where I'm getting, and we'll make sure that whenever it happens, you're going to learn from it, you're going to debug it so it never happens again, and you're going to make sure that your team speaks up when they don't understand you. When something doesn't make sense, they don't just nod and try and make do because they're afraid of making you angry or seeming stupid or I don't know what. They're going to ask. They're going to raise their hand. They're going to send a Slack message after the call, whatever is needed, so that they're not going to be wasting their time and essentially making a simple misunderstanding a lot worse. Thank you.